Welcome back. In the last video, I taught you how to input your information on the worksheet. So we're able to input all this information on this worksheet. But right now, we want to learn how to manipulate the information we have on the worksheet. So right here, you're going to learn how to select each of these cells you're looking at. Do you understand that? How to select them? And you're going to learn how to select a range of cells. That is, if you have a range of cells that you want to select, you will learn how to do that. Then you're also going to learn how to make changes to the cell contents, that is, each of these content on your worksheet. Do you understand that? Each of these cell contents. So you're going to learn how to make changes to them. For example, if you don't want sugar here, you want to change it to something else, how to make that change. You're going to learn that. You're also going to learn how to use your undo and redo command. We've been using this even before we start using Microsoft Excel. And we're also going to look at how to copy and paste and how to cut and paste. Now, when it has to do with copy, it means you want to make a duplicate. But if it has to do with cut, it means you want to move a content from one place to another. So you're also going to learn how to change the column width. So this is a column, for example. So let's say this column is not big enough to accommodate the content there. So we can actually change the width of the column. That is, we can expand it. Do you understand that? So we can also expand the row height. So let's say you're typing something within this cell and the row cannot contain it. So there's a way to go about that. We can increase the row height. Do you understand that? So I'm going to teach you how to do that shortly. So you're also going to learn how to insert rows and columns. So for example, I told you that this is a row, this is a column, and this is a row. Do you understand that? So how to insert more of these rows within your worksheet, you're going to learn that. Why do you need to learn how to insert rows? Sometimes you're working and you discovered that you were supposed to enter a record, but you forgot that. Now you want to go back to that position where the record is supposed to be. So to achieve that, you will need to insert a row. Do you understand that? Also, you could have a column that you didn't create before. Let's say, for example, in between DOB, that is date of birth, and middle name, you were supposed to have another column titled email. So if you want email to be between DOB and middle name, you will need to learn how to insert column for you to be able to achieve that. I hope you get what I'm saying. So let's say you want a record to be in between 1 and 2, that is between John Smith and Bale Sugar. So it means you will need to learn how to insert row for you to be able to achieve that. I hope you're getting it now. So that's why you need to learn how to insert rows and how to insert columns. You also learn how to delete rows and how to delete columns. The same thing is applicable. If you don't want a row again, you want to take it out, then you use delete rows. So if you don't want a column again, let's say you don't want this age column, you want to take it out, so you will learn how to delete the entire column. I hope you're getting it now. So these are things that you're going to be learning here. You're also going to learn how to fill your cells with contents automatically. Do you understand that? Let's say, for example, I'm typing 1, 2, and I want the numbering to continue without typing it. So I can make use of the autofill. Do you understand that? So you're going to learn how to do that. And finally, you're going to learn how to manage your worksheets. So as you can see now, this one of the sheets you have on this workbook. This is another one. So by default, you have these two worksheets. You can have more than two, and that's why you have this plus sign here. You use it to add more sheets. Do you understand that this is new sheet and all that? So you're going to learn how to add more sheets to it. Then you're going to learn how to manage these worksheets. As you're looking at them, you can rename them to a name that you want to use to identify each of the worksheets. Do you understand that? You can also, give colors to the sheet tabs. Do you understand that? Like this area now, you can add color to it. You can make this one red, this one blue to identify them easily. I hope you get what I'm saying. So each sheet could contain different information. Do you understand that? So you can create as many sheets as possible within a workbook. So I just want you to see a workbook like, a normal book that has several sheets inside of it. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like that. So the entire environment is a workbook, but that workbook now has worksheets. Do you understand that? So it's the worksheets that actually make up the workbook. Do you understand that? So that's how it is. I hope you're getting it now. So you need to understand that just like you have in Microsoft Word, you have a document, but that document has several pages. Do you understand that? So you could have as many pages as possible in one document. I hope you're getting it now. In PowerPoint, you have presentation, but that presentation could have many slides. So also on Microsoft Excel, you have your workbook that has several worksheets. I hope you get what I'm saying. So it is you that will determine the number of worksheets you want, and that is dependent on what you want to achieve. I hope you're getting it. So you're going to learn how to manage all that. You're going to learn how to rearrange all these worksheets. Do you understand? You can change their positions. You can move it from one place to another, copy a worksheet and all that. So all these things are part of the things you're going to be learning in this video. I hope you're getting that now. So how do you now make selections on Microsoft Excel? It's very simple. If you want to select a cell, for example, maybe I want to select John. So all I need to do is to click on John and it will be selected. So I want to select Joy, that is the middle name. All I need to do is to click there and that is going to be selected. I hope you're getting that. So that's how to select a single cell. Do you understand that? So what if you want to select several cells? So how do you achieve that? So all you need to do is to click the first one and drag over the rest. Do you understand that now? So as you do that, you're going to have these cells selected. You get what I'm saying now? So that is how to make a selection of multiple cells. Are you getting it now? So you could also click here. Maybe you want to select everything. You keep dragging till you get to where you want to stop. Do you understand? You can come down. Do you understand that? Or keep regulating it. The only thing you need to do is to ensure you don't drop the mouse button. Do you understand that? It's only when you get to the destination that you drop the button. I hope you got that now. So it's very simple to do. So what if you want to select non-consecutive cells? How do you do that? We've just selected a range of cells now. Do you understand that? But how do you now select cells that are not together? Let's say I want to select John, and 47 and let's say John 28 and M. So how do I do that? I'll first select John, then I'll hold the control key on my keyboard, then click the other cell that you want to add to it, then click the last one. I hope you're getting it now. So if you look at it, the 3 cells have been selected. Look at John 28 and male. So if I want to apply any formatting to the 3 cells now, let's say I want to apply bold effect to it, the 3 will be affected. Don't forget that the whole essence of selection that you're making is for you to be able to apply necessary formatting to the cells that you've selected. Do you understand that? That's the whole essence of selection that you're making. Do you understand that? So that's that. So I hope you got that now. So I'm going to remove the bold effect. So you now know how to make selection of cells. Okay, so just like I told you, you demonstrate it and see how you can select across the cells. So what if you want to select a row? How do you do that? All you need to do is to come to the beginning of the row, that is the number that is attached to that row. You just come there, then you see an arrow come up. So all you need to do is just to click there, and that is going to select the entire row. Do you understand that? But if you make this kind of selection and you apply a formatting, that is going to affect the entire row. Do you understand that now? So it's going to affect the entire row on the worksheet. So if you keep scrolling down, you'll see, scrolling to the right, you'll see that everything has been selected. That row, the entire row. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of that row. Can you see that? So I want to select this one. I'll come to the number assigned to that row. So the row number will be selected and that will be selected. What about columns? The same thing you did is what you're going to do for columns. You come to the letter assigned to that column, then you click on it and the column is going to be selected. I hope you got that now. So that's the way it is. But what if you don't want the entire column to be selected? You just want to select a just part of the work you've done, but you want it as a column. So all you need to do is to select the first one, then drag over the rest. Can you see that? Let's say this column now, I just want to select this. I'll select it, then drag it over the rest. What if I want to select the row? Select the first one, then drag over the other ones. Select the first one, then drag it over the other ones. I hope you understand that. So that's how to make selections. I hope you're getting it now. So what if you want to select multiple rows? You select the first row, just like we did for the other one, then drag over the other rows. Can you see that now? So these are 3 rows. Do you understand that now? So what about columns? How do you do that? The same thing. You come to the first column, then you drag over the rest. So that's how to make selections. I hope you understand now. So let's now look at how to make changes to the contents on your worksheet. So how do you make a change to the contents you have here? Let's say, for example, I want to change John to something else. So how do I change the content? It's very, very simple. The easiest way to change your cell content is to enter new content. So if I want to replace John with another name, now let's say I want to replace John with let's say Mike. Do you understand that? How do I do that? Once I select that cell, then all I need to do is just to type Mike. It's going to be in capital letter. Do you understand that? So can you see this now? So that's the first way to do that. So it's very easy. You just replace it. But sometimes you may have a very long text on the cell. So how do you do it such that you don't replace everything there? You just go to the one you want to change. So all you need to do is to double click that cell. So let's say this mic, I want to replace it. I just want to replace E alone. Do you understand that? All I need to do is to double click. Then I'm going to have my insertion point, within the cell. I hope you understand that. So I can now delete the E. You know how to delete now? When you're deleting to the right, you press your backspace key. When you're deleting to the right, you use your delete key. I hope you understand that. So that's how to make such changes. I hope you understand now. So I'm going to replace it now with John. Okay. So you now know how to make changes to whatever content you have within a cell. I hope you understand that. So another way to edit the content you have in each of the cells is to select that cell where you have the content, then press F2 on your keyboard. It's a function key, F2. So when you press F2 on your keyboard, you will notice that your insertion point is already there, waiting for you to edit that text. So it's now in edit mode. Do you understand that? So all you need to do is to, if I want to delete this now and change it completely, I can now change it to whatever I want to change it to. So if I want mic, so I can type mic. So this edit mode, anytime you're inside any cell and you can see the insertion point blinking like this, it means you are in edit mode. Do you understand that? So that's how to do that. So on some keyboards, for you to press F2, you will need to hold the function key. You see Fn. Do you understand that now? And now press the F2. So it's a combination of that function key, that is Fn, and F2. On some keyboards, you only need to press F2 and that's going to work immediately. Do you understand that? So you need to note that difference. I hope you're getting it now. So you know how to now delete when you are in edit mode. You can use your what's it called now? Your backspace key or your delete key. Do you understand that? When you use your backspace key, it means you're deleting to the left. But if your insertion point is behind MI and you want to delete MI, you're going to delete to the right. So your backspace key cannot work that way. So you need to make use of delete key. I hope you're getting it now. So that's how to delete the content in edit mode. Now, let me replace this with John. And let's say I want to delete maybe 2 cells now. All I need to do is to select the 2 cells that I want to delete. Let's say these 2 cells. Are you get what I'm saying? Then all I need to do, I mean the content now. I'm not talking about the cells themselves. Do you understand that now? So to delete the content on the 2 cells that I've selected, all I need to do is to select them, then just press delete key, and that's going to delete the content. I hope you understand that. So that's the way you can get rid of any content on any of the cells. Do you understand that now? So that's the way it works. So you need to understand that. Okay? So I'm going to also teach you. So let's say you want to delete the content on this row, everything. You select the row, then press delete key, and that's going to delete everything you have there. I hope you understand that. It's not going to delete the row. If you look at the row now, the row is there, but the content on the row will be deleted. I hope you understand that. So that's the difference between you deleting the contents on the row and deleting the row itself. If you delete the row, it's going to take off the entire row. That is both the content and the row itself. Do you understand that? But if you delete the content on the row, it's only going to affect the content on the row. The row will still remain. So you can type something else there. I hope you understand that. So what if you want to delete, let's say, a column? The same thing is what you're going to do. I mean the content on a column now. You select the column, then press delete, and that's going to delete whatever you have there. I hope you got that now. So that's the way to go. So what if you want to delete a range of cells? You first select the range, then press delete key, and the content will go. I hope you understand. Now, how do you bring back all the things you've done? Maybe mistakenly you did all this, you mistakenly deleted it. So that's what your undo button, your undo command will do for you. So all you need to do is to click it, and it's going to restore all things you've done. So if you come to the drop down button beside it, you'll see all the actions that have been taken. So if you want all the actions that you've taken to be restored, you have to come to the last one. It means everything has been selected. You see that as I'm moving, it's selecting those actions for me. So if I say undo 9 actions, so all the 9 actions that I've taken will be restored. So if I do this now, it's going to bring back everything. Can you see that now? So what will your redo achieve? It's just the direct opposite of undo. So it's going to, clear everything back. Do you understand that? So if I do that now, it's going to take everything away. Can you see that now? So that's what the two of them will do for you. I hope you got that very clearly now. So I'm going to undo, bring back everything, or maybe till this point. So I hope you understand that now. So that's how to make use of your undo and the redo commands. I hope you got that clearly. Very good. So let's also look at another option that you can use to repeat whatever action you've taken. You can make use of your function key, that is F4. So I'm going to hold my function key, then press F4. So as you can see now, it's changing all the actions that I've taken before. Can you see it now? It's replacing them back. Do you understand that now? So that's what F4 can do. I hope you understand that. So I can go back to undo and bring them back. Do you understand that now? So if you go back now, you see that you don't have that. You only have 2 more actions that I have taken earlier that I have not brought back. Do you understand that? So that's that about that. Then I forgot to teach you how to select the entire worksheet. How do you select the entire worksheet? If you come to this section where my mouse pointer is, you will see this particular portion here. All I need to do is to click there. Can you see that small box, like a triangle like that? That is diagonal in nature. So all I need to do is to click it, and it's going to select the entire worksheet. And as you can see, you see that that triangle has turned to green. So it means the entire worksheet is selected. Do you understand that? If I want to deselect, just like you've been doing on other applications, all you need to do is just to click outside. Do you understand that now? Just to click. So if I select this now, let's say these two, and I want to deselect, all I need to do is to click outside of that selection, and it will be deselected. I hope you understand that. So the next thing I want to teach you now is how to copy and paste. We've done that under Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, so it's not something difficult. It's still similar. The only thing there is that you're working with cells in Microsoft Excel. But the same way you copy and paste is the same way you're going to do it here. The same way you cut is the same way you're going to cut here. So let's say I want to make a duplicate of this surname here. All I need to do is to select it. As you can see, it's been selected. So all I need to do now is to go to copy. Can you see copy here? When I click copy, you will see a sign of that action has been taken. Do you understand that now? Then let's say I want to paste it here. That is on column H row 1. That is H1 now. So all I need to do is to click there, then go to paste and paste it. Do you understand that? So if I paste now, you're going to have that here. I hope you understand that. So the same way you've been using copy and paste is the same thing you're going to do here on Microsoft Excel. Do you understand that? So it's not different at all. So what if you want to cut this surname and you want to place it here? How do you do that? You select it, then you click cut, then you come here, select the cell that you want to accommodate the text, then go to paste and paste it there. So it means you have moved this text from this position to this place. So you moved it from H1 to D5. I hope you're getting it. So you can move any text from one place to another. You can move this meat now from C2 by cutting it and moving it to, let's say I want to be under G3. Can you see that? So I can now paste. If I paste it, it's going to move it. Can you see that? So that's the way to copy and paste and cut and paste. I hope you're getting it now. So I'm going to undo them. So let's say that let's select surname. Okay, let's select serial number and let's add bold effect to it. Do you understand that? So let's now assume that I want to apply the same formatting that I've applied to serial number to surname, first name, age, DOB, middle name, sex, and the other surname. Let's say I want the same formatting for the rest. Do I have to select this and now apply that again? No, I don't have to. I don't have to. All I need to do is to select it. I hope you understand. All I need to do is to select that one that has the formatting I need. Then go to Format Painter, which we have demonstrated under Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. So I will now select the one that I want it to affect. Then that will be applied to them. Can you see that now? So that's the way it works. I hope you got that. Very good. So I want to believe now you can, copy and paste, and you can cut and paste. Now, let me copy this 28. So I'm going to copy it. So I'm going to go to paste, but I'm going to use the drop down button this time around. Now right here you have several options for paste. Do you understand that? Look at the first one. This is the normal paste. This is the formula. So if you copy the formula and you want to paste it, this is what you're going to use. So if you copied a formula from a particular cell and you want to push it to another cell, you will need this command to be able to achieve that. Then you have formulas and number formatting. So if you copied a particular content but you need the formulas and the number formatting to be retained, you will need to use this. Look at this. If you want to keep the source formatting, that is the formatting that content came with, if you want to keep it, you will need to use this particular option, keep source formatting. So you have other options as well. No border. You have keep source column, that is the width of the column where you're coming from, if you want it to retain that width. So as you copy the text from there, you want that same width to be retained in the new column that you're pasting that content. You will need to use this. You also have transpose, that is to change it from to turn it around. That is, you're going to have an opposite direction now. Do you understand that now? You want the one at the top to come to the bottom. Do you understand that now? So you're going to use transpose to achieve that. So you also have other ones, paste values. Maybe you want to paste only the value. You want to paste values and number formatting. You want to paste values and the source formatting. That is the formatting of the source. If you want to retain it, where you're pasting it now, you use this. So both the values and the source formatting will be preserved. I hope you're getting it. You also have other options: formatting, paste link, picture, and link pictures. So these are things you could do. So if you're dealing with maybe formatting now, only formatting, you can use this. If you're dealing with link, you can use this paste. If you're dealing with picture, you can use this. If you're dealing with linked pictures, you can use this. So when you copy any of this, that is anything that has to do with any of these paste option. Maybe you're dealing with picture now, you can use this paste option to paste it. Do you understand that? You're dealing with link, you use this paste option to paste the link. Because if you paste normally, you may not have it as a link if you use the normal paste. Do you understand that? So you use those options that are under the paste command. Do you understand that? So you use them based on what you want to achieve. Are you getting it now? So if you just want to paste it, just use paste. Are you getting what I'm saying? But there are other things that you're copying a formula and you want to paste it on another cell, you will need to use this. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So these are things that you need to know. So you have a formula that also has number formatting. Do you understand that now? You want to keep that number formatting. This is what you're going to use. I hope you're getting it now. So I'm going to demonstrate this for us when we get to formula. We're going to copy one formula from one place to another, and you're going to see how to copy such. Do you understand that now? So that's that about that. I hope you got that clearly. Very good. So the next thing I want to talk about now is to teach you how to use the autofill. Now, let's assume that I want this one, you understand, to fill this one. I want to fill some of the cells here. Do you understand that? I want to repeat it. All I need to do is just to drag this small button here at the bottom left. Can you see that? That dot. Once I bring my mouse pointer close to it, it's going to change to plus sign. So when you have that plus sign, you click and drag it over the cells that you want to apply that particular number to. Can you see that? So it's going to fill everything. Can you see that? So that's how to, autofill cells. Now, what if you want a numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you don't want to type it? Do you understand that? All you need to do is to start by typing 1, then go to the second cell under it, type 2, then type 3. You've already shown this application that this is the series you want. You want 1, 2, 3. I hope you get what I'm saying. So if you want this series to continue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I will select this 3. Can you see that? To tell my application that this is the kind of series I want. So as I've selected this now, I will now come to that dot, then drag it over the numbers. And as you can see now, the series has been generated. So I hope you got that clearly. So I want you to try it. So you have to, tell your application, just give it a series that you want to achieve. You get what I'm saying? Let's come here now and let's say I want another series. Let's say 2, 4, then 6. And I want this series to continue. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I have told my computer that I want 2, 4, 6, even numbers like that. So I'll select the 3. Then all I need to do is to drag that place down. And you're going to have that series. Can you see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14? These are even numbers. So what if you want odd numbers? You give your application the series. So let's say 1, 3, 5. So if I want this kind of series that is odd numbers, I can do it this way. Drag over the 3, then select the 3, then drag over the cells that I want it to affect. Can you see that now? So this is the way to do autofill. Do you understand that now? So you want number 2, to fill the cells. You type it. This is not a series. Once you type the number, all you need to do is just to drag it over the cells. So let's say I want sugar to fill the rest of the cells. I don't have to type sugar over and over again. I don't have to copy and paste. All I need to do is just to drag this place down. That is that dot, and you're going to have sugar fill everywhere. Do you understand that now? So that's the way it works. I hope that is very clear. So if you want to drag sugar to the right as well, that is across the row, you can do the same. Do you understand that now? So you can do it across the column or across the row. I hope that is very clear now. Good. So let's now look at how to change column width. That is, let's say we want to increase this column width. Now, for example, this particular column F. Let's say this middle name, the space we have there is not sufficient enough and I want to increase the width. I showed you earlier that all you need to do is to come to the line that you want to expand and drag it forward. So as you're shifting it now, you have more space there. So you've increased the cell width. I hope you get what I'm saying. So that's it. Let's say I want to increase the cell width for column E. I'll come to the right line and drag it as well. Can you see that? And so I have more space. So that's how to change the column width. Do you understand that now? So one thing I need you to know is that, let me demonstrate something here. Let's say I want a middle name to be typed here on the normal cell. If you look at it now, so it's spreading across, let me say it's spilling over to column O. It's supposed to be on column N alone, but now it's spilling over to column O. Now, if I come to column O and click there and type something else now, you won't see that again. So let's say I'm typing age here now. You'll see that the remainder of middle name now cannot be seen. So, and you cannot have it like this. So you will need to expand the width to be able to accommodate the middle name. I hope you got that. So that's the reason why you need to expand the column width many times. So I can now drag it now to give it more space. Do you understand that now? So that's the way to work. I hope you got that clearly. Let me also demonstrate some other things here for you to see. So we've been able to expand this, and if you look at it very well, if you click and hold it down, I mean the edge, the right edge of your column, do you understand that? If you click and hold it down, you can see the width of that column. Do you understand that? You don't have to drag it. So, and as you're dragging it now, you see that the width number is increasing. Do you understand that now? So that's that. So if you want to know the width of any column, all you need to do is to select, just click and hold down your mouse button on the right edge of that column. And again, to know this is 8.43 now. Do you understand that? So that's how to know the width of your column. Do you understand? So that's what you need to know. The same thing is applicable to the row. All you need to do is to click at the bottom edge of your row, and you're going to have the row height showing. You can see that it's 15. So if you click this one, you're also going to see that it's 15. Click this one, it's 15. I hope you understand that. That's how to know the row number. Now, when I expanded this the other time, I did it manually by clicking the right edge and dragging it. Do you understand that now? But there's also a way to do that. On the Home tab, you come to Cells Group. Then you come to Format Command Then right here now, you have options. Can you see cell size? Right here now, you can determine the row height and you can determine the column width. So the current cell that is active is this P1, as you can see here. Look at it. So if I want to increase the column width for this, all I need to do is to select this. So it's going to bring out the column width that is there currently, which is 8.43. Then I can now change it. Let's say I want to change it to 10. I can do that, and you see that that is going to expand. Can you see that this has expanded now? So the same way, if I want to reduce it, I'll go to Format, under Home tab, Cells Group, then go to Format, then go to Column Width. Then you can increase it if you want. Do you understand that now? Can you see that? So if you want to reduce it, you can do the same thing. I hope you got that clearly. So that's the way to do that. So let's say I want to change it to 8. I'm going to do that. Do you understand that? So let's now look at how to increase the row height. We've been able to look at how to, expand the column width. We can also expand the row height. So how can you achieve that? Now you're going to come to the second line of the row that you want to expand, and just like we did for column, you're going to do the same here. So you use your mouse pointer to touch that line, just like I'm doing now, and it's going to change. Look at the mouse pointer. Can you see how it is now? When you move close to the line, it changes to a black plus sign. Can you see that, with two-headed arrow? So when you get there, all you need to do is just to click and drag it down. So when you drag it, you will notice that the height of this row has increased already. Can you see that? Don't forget that this is your row. I mean the horizontal arrangement. Do you understand that? So I described that earlier. So if you look at this, this is your column and this is your row. This is another row now. Do you understand that? So if you look at this row now, can you see that it's bigger than the rest? So just because we increased the row height, that's how to do that manually. But there's another way you could increase the row height, and it's very simple, just like we did for column the other time. We're still going to do the same. So for row 2, this particular row now, once you click within the row, do you understand that? Or you can select the row by selecting, or click anywhere within the row, then go to Format. That is under Home tab. You come to Cells, then you go to Format, then you come to the row height. Can you see that? So when you click here, it's going to bring you to this place. So the current row height is 15, but you can increase it or decrease it. Do you understand that? So let's say I want to increase it to maybe 30. We're working on row 2 now. So let me just click OK. I've just typed 30 and I'm going to click OK. You see that this row height has increased. Do you understand that? If you go back to this place now, how do you know the height of a row? All you need to do, just like we did for column, you're going to click on the line. When you click there, you're going to see it. Can you see that this is 51 now? Let's check the second one. This is 30. Let's check the third one. Is 15. Can you see that? So now for the first one, let's say we want to reduce it to 15. You click anywhere within the row, then go back to Format, then go to row height. It's going to give, you can see that it's 51 now. So we're going to make it 15. Then you click OK. As you can see now, it's where it's supposed to be now. Do you understand that? So let's take this second row back to 15 also. You select, just click anywhere within the row, then go to Format, then go to row height. We're going to make it 15. Can you see that? And I'm going to click OK. You see that it's normal now. Now, the normal, that gives you the normal height for rows. So it tells you that it's 15. But when you're dealing with columns, let's look at the normal stuff for column. You see 8.43. But let's just go, let's click anywhere here. Then let me go to format. And let's check column width. So can you see that 8.43 is the normal column width? This came by default, but you can increase or decrease it. But for rows, you have 15. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to really know. Do you understand that now? Okay, that's very fine now. So one other thing that I want us to learn is the auto fit. So let's assume that we want to type something here. Let me still type middle name. If you look at it now, this particular column cannot occupy it. Do you understand that? It's now spilling over to the next column. So how can we make this cell to auto fit? So you're going to select the column, then you're going to come to format. Can you see that? Then you're going to come to auto fit column width. So when you do that, it automatically fits the text or the information that you put in the column. Do you understand that now? So this is what you need to understand. So it is auto fit. I didn't make any adjustment. After typing, I just clicked there, then I came to format, then selected auto fit column width. I hope you understand that. So these are things that you could do with the auto fit command. You could do the same for row, you could do the same for column, just like we did the other time for column and row. Do you understand that? So these are things that you really need to know. I hope you got that. So just like I said, when you are typing on Excel and you're dealing with rows and things like that, and you have so much text that you put in a cell, the size, the row height now may not occupy or accommodate the data or value or whatever you put in that particular row. But all you're going to do is just to adjust the row height for it to contain it, or you use the auto fit command. Do you understand that? Look at the auto fit command here. Auto fit row height. So this is what you're going to use for that. Do you understand that? So that's that about that. So let's now look at one more thing that I want you to know, which is the wrap text. So I'm still going to type middle name. Let's use that as well because it's easy to demonstrate that. If you look at the text now, it's still spilling over to the next column. So how do I wrap this text within this cell? All I need to do is to click, then click wrap text. So when you click wrap text, it's going to stay within the cell. Do you understand that now? But if you notice now, it's within the cell, but it's not expanding enough to show you the entire text. Do you understand that? But it's not spilling over now to another cell. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to know. So if I go to this place now and type in middle name, and I click outside and I come back and I say wrap text. Can you see this now? This is what you're going to have. I think I worked on this particular cell earlier. This one. I worked on it. That's why it's not giving us this. Do you understand? So if you remember, we adjusted this row the other time. So once you adjust the row and now you're using wrap text, you may not have the desired result because that row has been tampered with already. Do you understand that? I want to believe that is now clear. So if you have adjusted the row manually, you may not achieve the desired result for wrap text. So I have just wrapped this text now, but it's not showing me like this because I have not worked on this row. You could see that it's showing me the entire text. Do you understand that now? So this is what you need to understand, especially when you're working with wrap text and the adjustment of your row height. So you need to understand that. So once you tamper with a row or a column, you can't have it back the way it is again except you use undo. So if you use undo command to bring it back to the original place where it started from, it will be restored. But if you use the adjustment controls to adjust it back, it's not going to go back to default. So you need to understand that. So look at the difference now. This one is not showing me everything, but this is showing me everything, but it's dropping it. You know, it has increased the row height. Do you understand that? So that's the difference between auto fit and wrap text. If I used auto fit is just going to, you know, expand to accommodate it. Do you understand? Just like we did for this one here. Do you understand that now? So it's very, very clear. So that's the way to work. I hope you got that. Alright. So let's now look at how we can insert rows and columns and cells as well. Do you understand that? How we can insert it within a worksheet. To insert a row, it's not something difficult. I think I explained it a little earlier. The beauty of it comes when you omitted a record and you want to bring it in. Let's say I was supposed to insert a row in between 28 and 47. In between 28 and 47, I mean in between row 2 and row 3. Now, how do I do that now? It's very, very simple. Just like I told you the other time, if you are to insert a row in between 28 and 47, I mean in between 2 and 3, you have to be on row 3 for you to insert a row in between these two rows. Do you understand that? If I want to insert a row between row 3 and row 4, I have to be on row 4 for me to insert that row there. So the row is inserted above the active row that you're working on. Do you understand that? So that's the way it is. So if I'm going to add a row in between this row and this row, all I need to do is to click here, then go to insert. Insert is under home tab, cells. Can you see that? Cells group. Then you come to insert, then you click insert sheet row. As you can see now, in between 28 and 47, that row has been created already. Can you see how simple it is? So let's say I want to create another one between 47 and 75. I want a row. I'll click here. Don't forget, when you insert a row, it's going to be right above the active row. Do you understand that? So it's very, very simple. So I've just clicked here. The next thing I'm going to do is to click insert, then sheet row. You can see that now, so it's been created already. Now, how do you create, how do you insert a column? Just like I told you, let's say you've just created this worksheet, but you suddenly discovered that you were supposed to add one more thing. Look at the record we have here. I've just scrolled to the left to see the entire worksheet. Do you understand that? So look at what we have here. Let's say I omitted something. Let's say I was supposed to add email in between DOB and middle name. How will I do that? How will I achieve that? Very simple. Now, when you want to insert a column is inserted to the left of the active column that you're working on currently. Do you understand that? So this is the active column now, because that is where I've just clicked. So if I'm going to insert anything, it's going to be to the left of this active cell now. Do you understand that? So you need to understand that. So let's look at how we can now bring it in now. It's very simple. So we just go to still home tab, you come to cells group, and you come to insert, then you're going to click insert sheet column. Can you see that it has been created already? It's very simple. Let's take a step further to add another one between sex and surname. So remember, it's going to be added to the left of the active cell. Do you understand that? So you need to get that right. So what if I want to add it between surname and first name? Where do I click now? Think about it. This is where to click. Do you understand that? Then it's going to be inserted here. I hope you got that now. So if I want to insert a text here, a column here, I'll click here, then go to insert, then click insert sheet column. Do you understand that? So when you're working on Microsoft Excel and you forgot to add a field, maybe a column, you can always add it at any time. Or you forgot to add a record, you are not to be afraid. Just go there right away and add that, insert that row. Do you understand that? And impute the record you want to impute there. Do you understand that now? So that's the whole essence of all these things. Now, the next thing we're now going to look at is how to delete rows, how to delete columns and cells. Oh, I forgot to teach you how to insert a cell. You know, you won't see the beauty of you inserting a cell when you're operating with empty cells. I'm going to demonstrate that here. I think I have quite a number of cells here that have been filled. So I'm going to insert a cell around here. So how do I do that? I'll click where I want to insert the cell. Then I'm going to go to insert, just like you did. Home tab. Do you understand that? Then you're going to come to insert under cells group. Then you select insert sheets cells. So where do you want that cell to be? Do you want it to shift the cells right? That is, when you insert it here, do you want it to push the rest of the text to the right? So it means when you insert a cell here, it's going to push Smith to the right. If you say shift cells down, it means it's going to shift Smith down. If you say shift cells right, it's going to shift it to the right. If you say cells down, it's going to shift it down. Now, if I want it to occupy the entire row, do you understand what I'm saying? It's going to occupy the entire row. If you say entire column, it's going to occupy the entire column. Do you understand that now? So let's now try the first one and let's see how it is. So I'm going to select that, then I'm going to say OK. If you look at it, it has pushed this to the right. Can you see that now? So I'm going to undo it because I'm going to do the second one. I've selected it again. I want this cell to be inserted here. So I'm going to go back to insert sheet, insert cells. Then I'm going to go back to insert shift cells down. That is, it should shift the Smith down. So I'm going to click OK. As you can see now, it has moved it down. I hope you understand that. Now it's very, very simple. So I'm still going to undo. Let's see the third one, insert. Let's look at insert cells. Then let's see entire row. How does it do? So you'll see that it has occupied the entire row. It has moved the entire information on that row down. Do you understand that? It's as good as if you are inserting a row. Do you understand that? So let's now undo. Let's check the last one. go to insert, go to insert cells. We're going to select entire column. And when we say OK, as you can see, it's as if you have just created a fresh column. Can you see that now? So because you said you should occupy the entire column and push every other thing to the right. Do you understand that? So these are things that you need to understand here. I hope you got that very clearly now. So let's now demonstrate deleting rows, columns, and cells. So how do you do that? To delete a row, let's say I want to delete this empty row. All I need to do is to select it. Don't forget that to select a column, you're going to come to where you have the letter, then click there, and it's going to select the column. Do you understand that? So I've selected. The next thing to do is to go to delete, which is still on that home tab, cells group. Then you come to delete and delete sheet columns. Don't forget, you're deleting sheet columns because you want to delete a column. Do you understand that now? So it's as simple as that. So when you click that, you see that it has been deleted. What if you want to delete more than one column? All you need to do is to select the columns you want to delete. As you can see, I've selected 2 now. If you want to delete these 3 columns, I'll select all of them, then go to delete and delete sheet columns. As you can see, it has deleted all of that. What if you want to delete columns that are far away from each other? They are not together. How do you do that? I taught you what to do if you want to select columns that are not following each other. I mean non-consecutive columns. How do you do that? So the first thing to do is to select the first one, then hold the control key on your keyboard, then select the second one. Let's say J is the second column down today. Can you see that the 2 have been selected? Then I can go to delete, and delete the sheet columns. As you can see, the 2 columns have been deleted. I hope you understand that. So that's the way it works, but I'm going to undo it because I don't want to take away this 6. Do you understand? So that's the way to delete sheet columns. What about rows? Same thing. You click right on the number assigned to that row. So this row, now empty row, I want to delete it. I'm going to select it, then go to delete, then delete sheet rows. As you can see, it's been taken out. So what if you want to delete rows that are not together? The same thing you did for column. Select the first one, then hold the control key on your keyboard, then select the second one you want to delete. Or you can select as many as possible. Do you understand? Just ensure that as you're clicking, you hold your control key. So if I hold my control key, I can still select any other one. You can see that I can select one more. The same thing for column. Do you understand that? It's very, very simple. I hope you got that now. So I can go to delete now to delete all those rows. And as you can see, it has deleted all of them. Can you see that? So that's the way to delete rows and columns. What about cell? Just select the cell you want to delete, go to delete, then delete cells. Now, just like we did when we were inserting, you're going to now decide which is it. After deleting, do you want the cells to come up? So if I'm deleting 18 now, should the other information under it come up or what? So let's try the first one. Shift cells left after deleting. So look at it. Okay, can you see that the other information here shifted to the left? So I'm going to undo it. I'm going to go back to delete. Look at cells. If it says shift cells up, the other information will shift up. Do you understand that now? So let's look at it now. Can you see that the other information now shifted up because it said they should shift up? I'm going to undo. Let's look at the next one there. Delete, shift cells. Do you want the entire row to be shifted? So when you say entire row, I say okay, the entire row is going to shift. Do you understand that now? So the same thing, undo for column, delete cells, entire row, entire column, sorry, then okay. As you can see now, it's going to take off the entire column. Do you understand that? So the difference between entire row and entire column, and the other ones is that when you say delete a cell in a row and you want the entire row to be deleted, it means it's going to affect the entire row. Do you understand what I'm saying? So as you could see that the other time it deleted the entire row completely, and now it has deleted the whole column. Do you understand that? So that is what you need to understand. So I'm going to click on do. You see that that column has been restored now. I hope you got that. So that's how to delete your rows, columns, and cells. I hope you got that. If you want to delete more than one cell, just like you did the other time, you can do the same thing. Just hold your control key and select the other cells that you want to delete and go to delete and delete it. I hope you got that clearly now. So the next thing I want to teach you now is to teach you how to manage your worksheet. Currently we have two worksheets here. This sheet 1, this sheet 2. There's nothing on sheet 2 because we didn't work there. Just like I told you that you can have more than worksheet in a workbook. Do you understand that? I told you what a workbook represents. That a workbook is just like a book that you have that has several sheets inside of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you could have many sheets within this workbook. Do you understand that? It's very, very simple. I hope you're getting it. So how do you now manage these worksheets that you have within the workbook? You have two now. Can you add more to these worksheets? Can you still do some other things to the worksheets? Now, how do you manage this worksheet? Currently, we have just two. Can you see? Two worksheets. How do you add more worksheets to this worksheet here? It's very, very simple. Now, this plus sign is used to add a new sheet. Do you understand that? So, and for you to add a sheet, you have to be on the last one for you to add a sheet to the right. If I click here now on sheet 1 and add a sheet, it's just going to create one in between these two. Can you see it now? So a sheet is added to the right of the active sheet. Do you understand that now? This is the active sheet now. So if I had a sheet now, it's going to be created in between these two, in between sheet 3 and sheet 2. Do you understand that? So you need to understand. So any active sheet that you're on currently, if you had a sheet, that is going to be created just to the right of it. Do you understand that? So this is what you need to understand. But that doesn't mean that you have added a sheet you cannot, rearrange. So you need to know that you can rearrange. How do you rearrange? All you need to do is to drag that sheet tab to where you want it to be. As you can see now, I'm moving it now to this side. Can you see this black arrow moving? Can you see it? It's telling you where it is now. Can you see now? If I drop it now, can you see that it has been moved to the end of the workbook? Can you see that now? I can move sheet 1 there as well. All I need to do is to drag it there. Can you see that? If I want sheet 1 to be in between the two, can you see? I can drop it and it's going to be in between the two. So you can rearrange the sheet tabs. I hope you understand that now. So all you need to do is just to drag them. Now there are other things you could do to the worksheets. I'm going to show you shortly. So let's say you want to add a color to each of these sheets. Why do you need to add colors? Sometimes we want to add colors to them to identify them. I assigned red color to this, I assigned blue color to this one, and things like that. Some people do it to make it colorful. So that when they want to open it, we can easily identify those things. Do you understand that? So to do that, all you need to do is to right click. You know how to right click now on the sheet. Then if you come there now, you're going to see tab color. Can you see it? Out of the options, you see tab color. Then you can assign any color of your choice. Let's say red now. Can you see that red is there already? So if I click on another sheet, it will be very clear that it's red. Do you understand? So let's say sheet 2, want to add another color, you right click on it, go to tab color, then choose your color. You can make it blue. Can you see that? You can add another color to this third one, I'm going to give it which color is this? This is yellow. You can make it yellow. Let me use yellow. So if I click on another sheet, it's going to be clear. Can you see now? So these are things that you could do to your sheet. We also have other options. When you right click, you can rename a worksheet. Why do you rename? You want to name the worksheet something you can easily use to identify the worksheet. So I can go here now, then use rename. Okay, so let's say I want to give this one record. I'll just type it record. Can you see that? So it's clear now. So if I want to go to record, I'll just click here, then I come there easily. Let's say sheet 2, I'll just want to give it another name, rename. You right click on it, then go to rename. Let's say I want to give it data. I'll just type data. Sheet 3, let's say I want to give it a name. I'll right click on it, then go to rename. And see that I can give it any other thing. Let's say impute. Or okay. So as you can see now, look at the 3 sheets now. This is the active sheet now, the one that is selected, and there's nothing on it yet. If I go to record now, can you see this is what we have here? I hope that is very clear now. Very good. So that's how to rename. And if you right click on it again, you can move your worksheet from one place to another by using this move command, apart from you dragging it from one place to another. So if I click move now, can you see that? So it's going to ask me, where do you want to move it to? So number 1, I have to select the book that I want to move this into. I mean this particular record. I mean this particular worksheet. You can move a worksheet from one workbook to another workbook. Do you understand that? All you need to do is to ensure that the 2 workbooks are open. Do you understand that? Once you've opened them, you can move a worksheet from one workbook to another workbook. I'm going to demonstrate it now because I have 2 workbooks open here. So if you come here now, you see that I have test 2, which is another workbook entirely. I'm currently on test 1. Can you see it? That's where I'm working. But I have another worksheet open. If I come here now to taskbar, you see the second workbook. Can you see what is there? So I'm going to go back to where I've been working. Look at it now. Now the first question is, to which of these books do you want to move this worksheet called record? I'm going to determine that I still want it to be on test 1. So let's test 1 first. That is, we still want it to be within this workbook. Okay, so I'm selecting test 1. Now before sheet, before which of these sheets do you want it to be? Do you want it to be before record, before data, or before impute? So if you say before data, it means it's going to come before data, which is where it is currently. But if you say before impute, if you click here now, before impute, and you click OK, I'm going to explain this one later. Now, do you understand that? This is just to create a duplicate of this one. Okay? So, but I'm coming back to it. Let's move first, then we come back to copy. There are 2 commands there. You either move or you copy. Copy means to make a duplicate of that sheet. Do you understand that? So let's go to, let it be before impute. That is, it should be here now. So impute. Then I'm going to say OK. As you can see now, can you see that it's now before this impute? So let's click again, right click on it, then go to move or copy. Now let's say we want it to move to the end. That is, it should move to the end. That is after impute. Then I'm going to say OK. Can you see where it is now? So you can use that to move it, or you drag it, just like what I did at first. I hope you get what I'm saying now. Now I'm going to move it back. So let me still go back for you to master it. So I want it to come before data now. That is, it should come first. So I'm going to click OK. So it's been back now. I hope you're getting it. So this is very, very clear now. So let's also look at moving this to another sheet. Let me move something that has nothing in it. Okay, I think I'll use input. So let me move input to the next workbook. So I'll right click on it, then go to move or copy. Can you see that? Then I'm going to choose test 2. Can you see that? Now, where do you want it to be? Because by default, but we have 2 on that worksheet. Sorry, on that workbook. We have 2 worksheets there. Do you understand? Where do you want it? Do you want it to be before sheet 1 or before sheet 2, or you should move to the end? Let's move it to the end. Okay? Then we're going to say okay. When you do that now, it's going to bring you back to your sheet, but you're going to go to test 2 to check what you've done. If you look at it now, look at test 2, you see it. So this is the new thing you've added now. So somebody will now say, where are the other sheets that we saw? Sheet 1 and sheet 2. Look at this arrow here. You can scroll now to go to the left. I hope you understand that now. So that's the way it is. So if you look at this place where, because we don't really have much sheets here, so you can easily see all of them. That's why your forward and backward what's it called now, buttons are not working. Do you understand that? So you use them to scroll between the sheets. Do you understand that now? You can scroll forward or scroll backward. I hope you got that now clearly. Very good. So we're going to move on. All the sheets are here already. Do you understand that? So you don't need to scroll, because you can see all of them at once. But if you have created so many sheets, sometimes you need to begin to scroll now, because some will be hidden. You need to come to this place and begin to scroll. I hope you understand that now. So that's that about that. Okay. So look at it now. It's here where we said it should come to. So let's take it back to where we brought it from. We can right click, go to move or copy. Then we're going to select test 1 again. Then we take it back to where it was. Move to the end. Then we're going to say okay. Now look at test 1 now. So we're back. So it's here now on test 1. I hope that is very clear now. So these are things that you need to understand. Now that you've been able to move your worksheet from one location to another, then it is time for you to also learn how to duplicate your worksheet. So if there is any worksheet you want to duplicate, then you can do that easily on Microsoft Excel. So input is a sheet. We also have data to be a sheet. Record is also a sheet. So let's assume that we want to duplicate this record sheet. We can do that easily. So all I need to do is to right click this worksheet. Then I come to move or copy. Can you see that? Now, when you come to this dialog box, you have options to choose from. And I want you to pay rapt attention to this. You can make a duplicate within a workbook or make a duplicate outside of the workbook. So what do I mean by that? You can duplicate a worksheet and transfer it into another workbook. Do you understand that? So the current workbook is test 1, as you can see here. But also we have another workbook that has been opened. So if you click this, you're going to see it. Can you see it? Test 2. So if you look at this move selected sheets to where, to which of the workbooks, so it's asking you that. So you are to select any of these workbooks where you want to move the sheet to. But don't forget that we're not moving sheets this time around. We want to create a copy of the sheet. So a duplicate. So all you need to do to create a duplicate is to come to this place where you have create a copy. So you are to select it. So once you select this, it means it's going to make a duplicate of that record sheet. Do you understand that? So the first question is, where do you want to make that duplicate? Do you want it to be retained on test one workbook as a duplicate, or you want to transfer that duplicate to another workbook? So if you want to transfer it to another workbook, all you need to do is to click here and choose the other workbook. But let's stay within the same workbook first. Let's do that first. Then when we're done with that, we'll make another duplicate and transfer to another workbook. So we're still retaining test one, which is our current workbook. So before sheet, this is the placement of that duplicate worksheet on your workbook. Where do you want it to be on this workbook now? So we have 3 worksheets on this workbook. We have record, we have data, we have input. So where exactly do you want that duplicate to be? Do you want it to be before record, before data, or before input, or after input? So this is where you're going to make that decision. So before sheet record, that means it's going to come before record. Do you understand that? So you need to get that right. So if you say before sheet data, it's going to come before data. If you say before sheet input, it's going to come before input. Do you understand that? So you need to now make that decision. So where you want that duplicate to be. So let's say before data now. So I've selected that. Remember, you have to select this option. This is what is going to create a copy of that sheet for you. If this is not selected, it means you just want to move that worksheet from one location to another. So the next thing you're going to do is to click OK. And once you do that, you will notice that this sheet has been duplicated and it has been placed before data worksheet. Can you see that? You now have record 2. I hope you understand that. So you can now rename this record 2 to something you want to use to name the worksheet. Do you understand that? So you can give it another name, different from what you're seeing currently. So why do you duplicate sheets? Why do you duplicate worksheets? In case you want to create another sheet that looks like the existing sheet, you don't have to go through the stress of typing all of this again. All you need to do is just to make a duplicate and just make necessary changes on the existing sheet. Do you understand that? So that's the whole essence of you duplicating sheets and all of that. So if what you want to do is, similar to the existing worksheet, you could just duplicate that and edit it to what you want to achieve. So that's the whole essence of duplicate. Now, I also want you to look at duplicating and transferring to another workbook. So we're going to do that right away. So what you do, let's try to still work on record because that has some data on it. So you have to right click on it again, then go to move a copy. Then when you get here, don't forget you have to create a copy. So you have to select this option. Then you have to come to which of the books we want to transfer the duplicate to test 2 now, not on the same workbook again. So where do you want it to be? Because these are the sheets on that test 2 workbook. We have sheet 1, we have sheet 2, then you can move it to the end of the workbook. So where do you want it to be? So let's make it come first. So before sheet 1. So and then we'll click OK. And right now you can see this test 2 workbook and we have it before sheet 1. I hope you understand that. So that is how to make a copy of a worksheet. An existing worksheet. And I told you the reason why you make duplicates of worksheets. It's just to make the work very easy for you when you have something similar to do. I hope you understand that.
So I want to believe you've learned so much from this video. You need to go over this video over and over again and master everything there. And I can assure you that as you do that, you keep getting better and better by the day. So thank you and see you in the next video.